So here's a close-up of the California Dreamin' vest that I showed you in the intro, and this was made with the Suede Circles yarn. And I thought I'd do a little drawing for you. I'm not that great of a drawer, but when I saw how easy this vest was to make and how difficult, to me it looked difficult, but when I was somebody explained to me how to make it, I was like, oh, it's pretty easy. So you're going to create 3 panels, and you're going to create one panel that's wider for the back, and then the exact same pattern stitching but for a narrower front panel, and you're going to do 2 of these, and they're just exactly the same, except you're going to chain more for the back panel than you will for the 2 front panels. So after you create 2 front panels and 1 back panel, then you're going to sew them together. You're going to lay the front panels over the wider back panel, and you'll sew up here on the shoulder seams, and then you'll sew on the sides and leave an opening for the armholes, and then you just fringe the bottom. And then your flower pattern goes all the way across the bottom edge of the vest. So I thought that was pretty nifty how this thing is made. So I'm going to show you how to do the front panel, and the back panel will be exactly the same, except you'll have more flower motifs and a wider piece to make. But once you make the first 4 rows of the bottom flower part, then you join your contrasting color here, or you could use the same color, and all you do is a double crochet, chain 1 stitch all the way up. There's no arm shaping or anything, it's just an even piece. So to get started on the smallest size for the front piece, I am using for my sample here the color Eggplant, and I have a K hook here, which is the Deborah Norville crochet wood hook, and I love it because it's real light in my hands and it's very warm to work with. Okay, so in the directions it says to chain 21, and I've already done that. And let me get my directions here. Okay, now it says to work the daisy chain motif. So to do that, I'm going to double crochet in the 4th chain from hook. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to go into the 4th one like this and work a double crochet. And then I'm going to skip 3 chains and cluster chain 3 twice and then cluster. So to cluster, I'm going to yarn over twice, and then I got to skip 3 chains. So I have 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to go into the next one. So to cluster stitch, I'm going to yarn over twice, draw up a loop, yarn over, and draw through 2 loops on hook twice, and then do that 3 times. So I'm going to yarn over twice, go into the same chain, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, then I'm going to yarn over twice again, and I'm going to go in the same chain, and then I'm going to drop a loop. I'm going to yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, and draw through 2. So now it says to yarn over and draw through the 4 loops that are on my hook, and that'll create a cluster stitch. So just yarn over and draw through all 4. So that's 1 petal of the flower. So back to the row 1 directions, it said to cluster chain 3 twice. So I've got a chain 3, and then I need to work another cluster stitch in here in the same stitch. So yarn over twice, go in here, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, do that 1 more time, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. And now I'm going to yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to chain 3 again. I'm going to yarn over twice. I'm going to go into that same chain, draw through 2, draw through 2, yarn over twice, draw up a loop, draw through 2, draw through 2, yarn over twice, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. Now I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and draw through all 4 loops. And then you will have 3 cluster stitches just like this. And then it says to skip 3 chains and double crochet in the next chain. So back to my foundation chain, I want to pull this so that I tighten up that chain again and I can count my other chains. So, and I also want to make sure I don't twist my chain either. So the next 3 chains are 1, 2, and 3. It says to skip 3. So I've got 1, 2, and 3, and then double crochet in the next chain. So that is like half of my flower right there of one side. Then I'm going to come back on the other side and work the other petals. So I'm going to work my double crochet there, and now it says to repeat from star across. So I'm going to skip 3 chains. I'm going to yarn over twice, skip the next 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and I'll work a cluster stitch right in here, a daisy cluster. So I'm going to yarn over, okay, I'm going to go real slow here. Yarn over twice, skip 3 chains, go into the next chain here. Insert your hook from front to back in the next chain. Draw, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. Wrap the yarn around your hook twice. Insert your hook into the same chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. Yarn over your hook twice. Go back into the same chain, yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through all 4 loops. Then you chain 3, and then you're going to do another cluster stitch in there. So you want to yarn over twice, go into the same chain like that, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over twice, go in here, draw up a loop out of that chain, same chain, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. One more time, yarn over twice, go into the same chain, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2. And once you've got 3 stitches there and 4 loops on your hook, you yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on your hook, and that creates a cluster stitch and a petal. So we need 3 petals for each little side of this the flower. I've got 2, so I got to do 1 more, and there's a chain 3 after the cluster, yarn over twice, go back into the same chain like this, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over twice, go back in here, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over twice, go back in here, yarn over, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops. So there's the second cluster made, just like that. And then at the end it says to let me see where I'm at. And then it says to double crochet in 2 last chain, double crochet. Okay, so you're gonna double crochet in the next chain. So I guess it says here to skip 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to double crochet in the next chain, and then it says double crochet in the next chain. So you're going to land up with 2 double crochets on this end right here, just like that. So now it says chain 3 turn, and that's going to count as your first double crochet. I'm going to turn like the page of a book, like that. So it says skip first double crochet, and next double crochet, because we landed up with 2 here on the end of this other side. So I'm just going to work a double right here. And then it says to chain 2 and single crochet in the chain 3 space twice. Chain 2, single crochet in the next chain 3 space. That's that. And then chain 2, double crochet in the double crochet, and then chain 2, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, single crochet in the chain 2 space, chain 2, and double crochet in the next double crochet. Let me see here. Yep, double crochet in the last 2 doubles there, and right there. Okay, so now after row 2, your piece should look like this. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, like that. So that's the top part of the flowers. And now it says to finish off after row 2. So I'm just going to make 1 chain like this. I'm going to pull the back of it to tighten it a little bit. Then I always cut, I have my yarn like this, and I cut behind there. And I always leave a long end, and I go back and sew that in. So now it says turn your strip to work on opposite side of foundation chain. So all you got to do is turn it like this, and then it says to attach your yarn to the first chain. So the first chain would be that slip knot that we made, and to attach my yarn I'm going to make another slip knot like this. And this is the very first chain, so I'm going to go in there, and you're going to be working in the unused loops of the original starting chain. So this was the starting chain like this. This was the bottom part. We made the first flower here and the second flower here. And then now it's telling you to turn and work on the opposite side of the foundation chain. So to do that, you want to be on the right side of the flower, and you want to join to the first chain. So I'm going to be using all these little loops on the other side of the stitches from row 1. So I just take my slip knot like this, and I put my hook in the first stitch first, and then put my slip knot on and bring that through like that, and then I chain 3, and then I'm going to double crochet in the next double crochet. Then I'm going to I'm going to skip 3 chains, and those are the same chains that I skipped on the other side, and I'm going to work this daisy cluster stitch in the same chain that I used for the other side. So to do so, I'm going to yarn over twice. I'm going to go in that same space, draw through 2, draw through 2, yarn over twice, drop a loop, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over twice, go in here, drop a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through all 3, and then I'm going to chain 3, do the same thing, yarn over, yarn over, yarn over twice. So I'm going to just keep doing my daisy cluster again, except I'm on the other side of the rows 1 and 2. Now I'm on like row 3. So I'm going to yarn over, draw through all 4 like that, chain 3 and 1 more, and I'm going to have a beautiful little flower. Okay, yarn over, draw through all 4 like that. Okay, so now you can see I've created a flower by working on the other side. So now I'm going to skip the same chain 3 that was skipped on the other side, and I'm going to double in the double, and I'm going to work another cluster stitch right here in the other side, a daisy cluster. Okay, yarn over, draw through all 4, chain 3, didn't yarn over twice there. Yarn over, draw through all 4, chain 3, yarn over twice, go back in here, I'm on my 3rd and last petal. Okay, yarn over, draw through all, and then come down here and work a double in the last 2 doubles. So double and double. Okay, see how the flowers look? Isn't that beautiful? I just love this. So pretty. Okay, so you just chain 3 and turn, and then you don't work in this first double crochet, and you double crochet in the next one, and then you chain 2, single crochet in the chain 3 space twice. It's the same thing that you did on the other side. Chain 2, double in the double, chain 2, 1, 2, and then chain 2 again, single in the chain 3 space, chain 2, oh no, at the end you double in the last 2 doubles. So for the small size, I know for sure you're going to have 2 flowers on your front panel and 5 on your back. So your front panel is going to look just like this. I love these colors too. So here you can see where the starting chain was right here, and rows 1 and 2 are right here, and then we went back on the opposite side and worked rows 1 and 2 on the opposite side. So now is your home free after making this, and all you have to do is got my directions right here. You can join a new color at this point, and or you can continue on with this color. I think I'm just going to continue on with this color. Well, let me show you how to join a new color. So to finish off, I'm just going to chain, pull the back, cut behind over here. Okay, now it says at the end of that, cut that color and join the new color. So to join a new color, help. This one's called Fairy, and I'm I'm going to make a slip knot. And this is where I finished off. This was my last double crochet, so I'm just going to put my hook from front to back through there, draw the new loop up like this, then I'm going to chain 3 and turn. So that'll count as my first double crochet now and throughout. And then I am going to skip the first double crochet and double crochet in this one right here. And then it says to double crochet chain 1 twice in the next chain 2 space. So right here is a chain 2 space. I'm going to double chain 1 twice. Okay. And then I'm going to double crochet chain 1 in next chain 2 space. And then I'm going to double crochet chain 1 twice in the next one. And then it says repeat from star across, so it was double crochet chain 1 twice in the next one. And then it was double crochet chain 1 in the next space. And then it was twice in the next one. And then it was double crochet in each of next 2 double crochet, which is the last 2 double crochets, like this. So it should look something like this, where I have double crochet chain 1 twice in the first space, then I just have double crochet chain 1, then twice again, once here, twice here, and then 2 on each side, the equivalent of 2. Okay, now it says to chain 3 and turn like that, and then double crochet in the next double crochet. And then it says to double crochet chain 1 in every chain 1 space across. So you this is the easy part. So chain 1. So all the way across, all you're doing is double crochet and chain 1. You're making like a little netting. So this is it for the rest of this this panel, and your back will be exactly the same except it'll be bigger, and of course if you're making a bigger size it'll be bigger. So you land up with a, let me make sure this is right, double crochet in each of next 2 double crochets. So you're going to chain 1 and double in the next 2 without a chain 1 in between. So you're always going to begin and end with 2 double crochets. So there, looks like that. So you just keep going with 2 double crochets, and you chain 1 and double in every single space, and or you double crochet chain 1 in every space, and that's how you make the California Dreamin' shawl. Vest. And once you get done, like I explained in the beginning, you make your front panel, your back panels, and then you sew the sides together and you leave the room for the armholes, and then you sew across the top of the shoulders. But it's really easy once you get past these 4 rows on the bottom. You're home free with just double crochets and chain 1s at the top. So after you get your front panels finished and sewn together with the back panel, you'll want to create fringe. And I have a piece of cardboard here that I cut. It's about 6 inches this way and about 8 inches that way. So if I need a fringe that's super long, I use that way. And if I want it a little bit shorter like I do here, I'll use the shorter side. So this is pretty long fringe though. You could do it the 8 inches is what you're seeing in the actual vest. So to do the 8-inch fringe, you would take your color like this, your yarn, and just wrap it around here as many times as you would like. So I'm just going to do a few here for sample. And then you cut across the bottom like this. These aren't the best kind of scissors to use for this kind of thing, but okay, got it. All right. I have the perfect scissors, but where they are, I don't know. So you take 2 strands of your yarn like this, and you hold them together as one strand. Then you fold them in half like this, and then you take your crochet hook, and if you look at this vest, we'll see, it looks like they put about 2 fringes in every single chain space, and then one on the end of the double crochets. So down here at the bottom, you want to make sure that you get one on the very corner here. And to do so, you bring the hook from the back up to the right side, from the wrong side to the right side. You take the fold of your strands like this, put it on your hook, bring it to the wrong side like this, and then yarn over your hook with all the strands and bring that through the fold like this. And there you have a fringe. And if you do it exactly that way, you'll have the little bar running across here instead of it looking like this. So I think it looks more finished when you have the bar on the right side like that. So I'll do one more where you take the 2 strands. So here I'm taking the main color and I'm putting it in the fringe. And on the sample, they took the contrasting color and used that for the fringe. Okay, so you fold this in half like this, and let's say you're going in the chain 1 space. You just go from the back to the front, put the folded side edge over the end of the hook, bring that to the wrong side, and then yarn over with all the ends and bring all the ends through the folded side right there. Just like that. And you want to put 2 in the chain spaces and like 1 in the stitches. So there's 2 double crochets on each end, and you probably only need like 1 fringe there. But you definitely need 2 in each one of these chain spaces. So that's how you make the fringe, and that's how you complete this project. And I want to thank you very much for watching. And I hope that you post pictures on our Facebook page. I would love to see this. And the links to everything are listed below. And I want to thank you very much for watching. Turn back over here. And I'm going to knit off 1 more stitch like this. Put it over here. Tighten over the whole strand of yarn, and then pull that strand of yarn all the way through. And then just for extra security,